Hey, good morning. It's the reckless retiree. I got lots going on today, but I only have half a day because I got to get my PET scan to find out what's left of my prostate cancer. But before I do that, I have a few things to show you. All right, this is the main attraction at this point, is my gas collecting tube. And it was leaking. I don't know if you remember that from my previous videos, and so I put 30 pounds of Quikrete in the base of it, and also in the inside. Let's see, can you see that? Turn it toward the sun. There we go. See, it's at the base too. So I'm going to test that this morning here in a minute. Fill it with water and put some compressed air in it and see how well it holds. I don't know I can't remember what else I've shown you, but I've got a tank full of solution for my cell. My cell is full to about the 2/3 mark. I tried this yesterday. I can do it real quickly so you can see. Let's see, I gotta put off a switch, I gotta put the timing on the battery. All right, so look at that bad baby. Look at that. Huh? Pretty darn good, huh? So, the plan is to get this tank working. Test it, make sure it's working, then bring it over here, then hook up another hose from there to the tank. It's still going. Anyway, then hook the tank up to the torch, and I'm going to move my flash arrestor from there to here. And then I'll see if I can light my torch. I'm thinking about taking this long tube out of here and connecting a smaller nipple there. And I think that might be a better thing to do. All right, over here, I tested my ventilation system, my fume hood, and the problem was I had a louvered cover, which I'll show you in a minute, and I was just setting the louvered cover on that opening right there, and it wasn't sealing, and it was allowing most of the smoke, which I was testing it with, to come out the top, which is a no-no. And so I am going to make a plate to go on there that is bolt screwed to the same spot, but then it will have a round opening that will fit over there, and that should work a lot better. So that's another thing on my list. And so I will now take the tank over to my garage where my air compressor is. I found out I had my air compressor out here, and I had it plugged in this extension cord, and it wasn't running, and I thought it was too cold, and so I took a hairdryer and I turned it on and set it up to run onto the compressor. And no matter how warm it got, it still wouldn't run, because that's normally when it won't run in the winters when it's cold. But then it occurred to me that I wasn't getting enough current through this extension cord, too much resistance. So I took it back in the garage, and boom, it worked fine. So, got to take the tank to the compressor, and then we'll see how she does. So this is the inner tank. I need to put it in the outer tank. I had set it down on the ground, and I had used epoxy, 2-part epoxy, to try to seal the bottom of the tube. And it never did cure completely, and so the bottom of the tank is sticky, and all these leaves are stuck on there. And if I try to, if I touch it, it'll get the stickiness on my hands. So you just never know what to find. Oh, look, a spider. Where is he? Where's that little dirt devil? There he is. Come on, run around a little bit, crazy thing. Yeah, I don't know where, oh, there he is. Say hello. See if you can guess the song. That was Heard Through the Grapevine by the Reckless Retiree. All right. So here is the louvered opening that I couldn't get to work. And so I'm going to cut this piece of steel, sheet metal out, and cut an opening in there and put it on there and see if that does the trick. But first I got to bring over the base of the chuckleberry. It is dropping. So it's still leaking. Compared to the telephone line or the power line, you can see it coming down slowly. And so the leak, well, I had a water leak. That was the other thing. I don't know if I have a water leak now. It remains to be seen if the water stays in there. Obviously there's water in there from filling it up. I could dump it over. But then I take a chance of dumping it out of the tube. So I suppose the thing I could do is set it on a dry piece of the pavement. See if it gets wet. All right, so it is somewhat working. So the next step is to attach it to my HHO cell and see if I can fill it up with the HHO cell. I know it's way too tall. I should have made it smaller, but I just didn't want to cut the tube, so I used it as is. I cut off the top, the top edge, or I guess you'd say where they were connected, so I could have the one slide and the other one. But anyway, I don't know that I want to carry it with the water, so I'm going to have to dump the water out. But I know my hose won't reach to my back bench. Last time I had to fill up pitchers and fill it up that way. So anyway, it's going to be a while.